Lions TV back for the season by Ladbrokes. This is a pre-match prediction for tomorrow's away trip to Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. Very early start, obviously it's a 1 PM kickoff. This will be our toughest test away from home in a very long time. Let's take a look at the 11 that I think will start the match. Obviously the only one change we're expecting may be up front. Jordan Archer in goal. Defence right to left, Romeo, Hutchinson, Cooper, Meredith. Midfield left to right, Marshall, Williams, Saville and Jedvalar. And up front, I think it's going to be Steve Morrison and Lee Gregory. Yeah, that's the 11 that I think he'll pick. Barring one, that's the 11 I would pick. I think Morrison will come back into the side. I gave two options as to why I didn't think Morrison played the other night, and someone commented on the last video, and he was spot on it, saying it hadn't appealed to me, that he may have dropped Morrison out because obviously Beavers knows Morrison's game well, and he doesn't often get a lot of change out of Beavers, does he? So, good point, whoever brought that up, because I can't, your name escapes me, but good point, that could have been the reason. Obviously, Tom Elliott's built a real case for himself now. If you come into a side and you score, which to be fair to Tom Elliott, he seems to do quite a lot. He's made himself a real case now to start the game, and he's given the manager a headache, but I think that Elliott knows that Morrison's the number one, and I'll be very surprised if Morrow doesn't come back in for this crunch playoff match. Moving on to the opposition, of course managed by Chris Wilder. They came up as champions last year, as we know. The last time we played them at Bramall Lane, they beat us 2-0. Someone said our season was over, but they beat us that night. They completely outclassed us. We struggled to create chances at all, and they looked a class above. They started this season well. I wouldn't say they've tailed off, but let's be honest, they're not us. They're not absolutely flying. So they're currently sitting 9th in the table. They're just 3 points below us, but even if they beat us Saturday, they won't go above us because we've got a superior goal difference. Sheffield United have won only one of their last 5 league games, which was last time out they beat Middlesbrough at Bramall Lane, which obviously did us a favour, although Borough played long periods of that game with only 10 men. The one to watch for them is going to be Lee Evans, a midfielder on loan from Wolves. We know a lot about them, don't we? He scored both goals against Borough, and he'll be the one to watch tomorrow at Bramall Lane. This is a pre-match prediction. It does exactly what it says on the tin. I want to say we're going to win the game because I'm just that confident, but can we keep winning? Well, we know we can keep winning, we just keep winning, but this is going to be tough tomorrow. I'm expecting a very big crowd from the home end. We won't go into the details of us not getting enough tickets, but obviously Preston have got double our allocation for their game coming up at Sheffield United, which is disappointing. 1,200 Mill fans officially will travel. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw with Ben Marshall once again to get on the score sheet. That'll be a good point. We'll take that all day long, and that will still keep us in the hunt for the Dreamland. So that is your lot for this pre-match prediction. Very, very early start tomorrow. I'm on the 7:03 train from Welling, so I hope to see a few of you out and about throughout the day. Let's have a drink. Let's take 3 points safely and soundly back to South London with us. I'll see you tomorrow in Sheffield if you are going. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.